starting?
Yeah.
I just rebooted the internet, so you probably aren't online.
I am online.
LTE.
I'm on my data then. But I am live and waiting for people to join. I am. I see two people. Two people joining. Exciting. Hello, everybody. I can't see who you are, but you can chat to me and say hello, and I will see your chats.
I turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone.
Hi. We just have two people so far, so we're going to wait a little bit for some people. Let me see if I can peek. Oh, I see Trudy. I think Trudy is there. This is Frank. If you are there, go ahead and chat in and say hi. We're just waiting for a few more people to join us. Hope everyone is enjoying the sun. If you have sun today, we had a lot of sun today. And we enjoyed the sun. We really needed it, and we got outside today, so that's good. Trudy saying hello, Frank. I see actually Jane is...
Hi, Dana.
And I see Jane is joining. Jane I know from Challenge 22, and I see my cousin Dana. And we have about 7 people, which is awesome. We got 7 people right away, so we're just going to get started. This is Frank, and he's going to leave now.
Goodbye.
So, thanks for joining us, or me, I should say, us. We are making today another recipe from Rabbit and Wolves, because they are my favorite recipe website ever. If you have never been there, go check out Rabbit and Wolves online. I see Connie's there too, saying hi, hello. I think my video might be delayed from the chats. Anyway, so we are making this delicious thing from Rabbit and Wolves. So this is a Caesar pasta salad, which is salad and pasta, not just pasta. So that's what we're making today. So that's from Rabbit and Wolves. You can go check them out. To start, we're going to make cheesy croutons. So you can buy croutons. I don't think I've bought store-bought croutons in a long time, so I have no clue whether there's any brands that are vegan, but I'm sure they're out there. I see Ted saying hi, hello. So either you can buy store-bought croutons if you can find them vegan, or you can make your own. So all I've done here is I took the ends of our bread and I cut them up in thick chunks, and I have them in the pan cooking. And I used a bit of oil. I have a little spray container of oil, or if you have a really good pan, you don't need to use any oil at all. But I use a bit of oil. I'm going to spray them again. And then to season the croutons, what we are going to use is a little bit of garlic powder. So use as much garlic powder as you like. And we're going to use some dried basil. Fresh basil I don't think would work with croutons, so I don't think it would stick very well. So we're going to use dried. So you've got garlic powder and basil. And I already put a lot of salt and pepper on them, so I'm not going to re-salt and pepper them. But we're just going to let them go in the pan until they get as crispy as you like them. So these, they're pretty crispy already. And then to make the cheesy flavor, we're going to put some nutritional yeast on it. So anyone who's already vegan probably knows about nutritional yeast. It's like crack. But it gives everything a cheesy flavor, so it's really good on popcorn or any kind of vegan cheese, and even on popcorn, whatever you want. Pasta, you can put nutritional yeast on anything. And I see Barb saying hello, hi. So we've got all our flavorings. I'm going to let those cook for a little bit longer because I did prep them up a little bit. We're going to need this. And then I also have prepped some pasta. So in the recipe, you'll see that it asks for penne pasta, but you can basically use any large pasta. You don't really want to use a small macaroni because it'll just get lost in your salad. So you want to use large pasta. So anybody new joining, I see a bunch of new people. We're making a vegan Caesar pasta salad from the blog Rabbit and Wolves. Anyway, we've got our croutons going. We've got our pasta made. I've got some romaine lettuce cleaned and just put into bite-sized pieces. I'll show you that later. And what I usually do to add a little bit of more greenery to it is I usually mix it with kale. So like maybe half kale, half romaine. And I don't massage my kale, I just like eating it as is. And you're going to have a ton of dressing, so you can leave that. So we've got croutons, pasta, and the lettuce. And so the last thing we have to make is the dressing. So if you have a bullet blender, it's really easy to do, but you can use any bullet blender, any large blender, any little food processor, whatever you need to blend stuff up. So the first ingredient is vegan mayo. So if you haven't seen it before, Hellmann's has a really good vegan mayo, and you can get a bunch of different kinds, but Hellmann's is my favorite. And you need half a cup of vegan mayo. So again, I don't know if you saw my last video, but I usually just eyeball it. So I'm just going to scoop a bunch, and you can put a little bit less or a little bit more, whatever you like. So I'm going to say that's about half a cup. And that goes in there. So that's our half a cup of vegan mayo. If you wanted to make this a little bit healthier with less sort of like oily or prepared ingredients, you can actually put a little bit of silken tofu. So if you did half a cup of silken tofu instead of the mayo, it would turn out just right. So we've got that. Now we have Dijon mustard, which I don't usually like, but in stuff it's fine. And we need 2 teaspoons of that. So this is a half teaspoon, so I'm going to put 4. But actually, I really don't like Dijon mustard, so I'm only putting 1 teaspoon in. And don't forget about your croutons. So these are super crispy now, just the way I like them. I'm going to take them off the heat. And then actually they can cool down because you don't want to put hot croutons on salad because it will wilt your lettuce. Alright, so we've got vegan mayo, Dijon mustard, and then the next ingredient is capers. So this kind of, I think traditional Caesar dressing has croutons, I'm not sure. But it gives it that sort of flavor, and we're not putting anchovies in because anchovies are cute little fishes. So the capers are what we're going to do. And you actually need 1 tablespoon of capers. But they come in these stupid tiny little jars. And I always end up getting just the juice. So what I'm going to do actually is hold, that's not a tablespoon, I'm going to get my tablespoon out. And I'm actually just going to hold it over a cup because otherwise I'll just get the juice. So you want to have some juice. I'm just getting juice. But you want to have some of the capers in there too. So you put that in. And then the next ingredient is the juice of 2 lemons. But right now I only have 1. So I'm going to do 1 full lemon, and then I'm going to use a little bit of bottled lemon juice. So I see someone mentioning, oh, Kelly says that she's never didn't know Hellmann's had mayo. Yeah, so Hellmann's has had mayo, vegan mayo in Canada for a while. Most grocery stores I know have it, but the little No Frills near me doesn't carry it anymore. And try not to let your lemon juice go all over the place, like I did. And just watch for seeds, obviously. So actually this lemon was really juicy, so I don't think I'm going to add any of my jarred lemon juice. I'm going to see how it turns out, because you don't want any one flavor like overpowering it, right? So we've got vegan mayo, Dijon mustard, capers, lemons, and now we need 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and it'll give it like a savory sort of cheesiest-ish flavor. And just like garlic, I usually put more nutritional yeast than the recipe requires. So I'm actually going to put 3 tablespoons. That's 3. Because this is 1.5. Okay. The other really cool thing about nutritional yeast is it actually can thicken sauces. So this will actually help thicken the dressing. If you have like an oil vinaigrette and you put this in, you can, it'll actually thicken it up. So it's really cool. I see a few comments. I see my friend Kimberly joining, which is so cool. Hi, nice to see you. Thanks for the compliment. And Kelly's requesting my curry chickpea salad, which is actually a really awesome recipe. I'll definitely make that in one of the next videos. So, nutritional yeast, and we're going to use, again, it's 1 clove of garlic. I'm going to put more. So I've actually got, I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic. But you can put as much or as little garlic as you want. And my blender's not the greatest, so I actually always chop her up. The comments come really fast on my screen, so if I've missed any of your comments, I apologize, but I'm really glad to see there's 11 people watching, which is very cool. So we've got our garlic in there. I'm going to get it all. So let's see. So, again, just to recap, we've got vegan mayo, Dijon mustard, capers. We've got lemon juice, nutritional yeast, garlic, and it calls for salt and black pepper. I usually leave the salt out, but you can put whatever you like in. I like more black pepper. So, I think we have enough liquid in there, but if we blend it up and there's not enough liquid, you can add that back in, that extra lemon juice. Which, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I will. So we'll just do 1 tablespoon and see how far that gets us. So that's the juice of 1 lemon and then 1 tablespoon extra. And if you got it all over your counter, like I did, move that up. Okay, so now we're just going to give it a quick blitz. In. And one thing that always sucks with a bullet blender is it always gets stuck in the top. So I'm just going to give this a little squish because everything is stuck. But you'll see it's going to end up being like a pretty nice thick dressing, but you want to make sure you scoop everything out, and you want to make sure that your garlic and all your little capers get blended down really well. You don't want to eat a giant, well, I don't want to eat a giant chunk of capers, but the little chunks are gone, so I think we're good with that. And Kelly's mentioning she misses her lunch meals. So before we all started having to stay home, I was running a vegan lunch club at work and making people some really delicious meals. You can check my Facebook page for some photos and like my page while you're there. So now we just have to assemble everything. So basically you're going to, in the end, this is actually just going to get tossed up. So just put at least if you put the dressing on last, you're good to go. So actually I'm just going to put all of this in because Frank and I are going to eat it after. So for anyone new joining, I see a bunch of new people coming in. We're making a vegan Caesar pasta salad from Rabbit and Wolves, which is an awesome blog. So we've made our romaine lettuce, which you can put kale in if you like. We've got pasta prepared, and we've got homemade croutons also prepared. So we've got that. We're going to put some pasta right in here. I usually do about half and half. I see Zara's joining us. Hello. I feel like the lady from Romper Room. Every time a friend comes, I say her name. So we've got half and half. And then I'm going to put the dressing on. So this is a really good way to get some pasta, but also have it a little bit healthier with the greens. And then if you made the dressing with silken tofu, you'd get a ton of protein. Tofu has a lot of protein, so that would be a really good way to sneak that in there. But pasta itself has a bunch of protein. Even plain white pasta has a good amount of protein in it. So we've kind of got a lot of stuff covered here in this meal. So we're going to toss it up. So I actually kind of lied. I don't actually toss everything together. I put the croutons on last because you don't want them to get like moist. Or if you were our Prime Minister, you would say moistly. Justin Trudeau said moistly in a news conference and people are losing their crap. Okay, so now we're going to toss these on. In they go. And then I always put some more black pepper on top. So then you have your finished product. This is usually my normal serving size. This giant bowl. And the dressing is really good. It can last quite a while in your fridge, but you don't want to pre-mix this and then leave it in the fridge for later because your lettuce will get wilty and stuff like that. But there you go. Finished product. Does not look the same as on the blog, but there you go. I wonder if Frank wants to come in and taste test it. He probably can't hear me. I made the croutons a little bit too crunchy, but the dressing is really good. You get that nice tangy Caesar dressing, like it's very tangy and garlicky. Very garlicky, which is good. But you got the nice creaminess from the mayo as well. So yeah. I'd love to know what you guys are making for dinner. Are people getting more cookingly? You want some? Tell everybody what you think.
Hi, everybody.
Yep, Frank is taste testing. Good stuff. Cool. So
good.
For the people that remain, I'll remind you again that I have a lot of garlic in my mouth. Please go to my Facebook page and like it. It really helps. If you share my videos and posts, that really helps. I also have a YouTube channel, which I have right now only 45 subscribers, so I'd love some more. And I also have an Instagram account, so any likes and shares and stuff really helps spread my Facebook page around, so I really appreciate it.
The croutons are really good too with it.
Frank is still eating here.
Perfect touch.
Perfect touch. So, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for joining. Maybe less garlic next time. But I'm really glad you're all here. I hope everyone is healthy and happy, whatever your circumstances are in this time. Thank you for joining. It really means a lot that you guys are watching me and joining me. Makes me feel good. So have a great day, everybody. Bye.